The universe. It's a near certainty that it will end, but astrophysicists remain divided on how. Some theories suggest that the collapse of one universe may trigger the birth of another. We are exploring the three main theories: the Big Rip, the Big Freeze, and in this episode, the Big Crunch. A fate in which the cosmos doesn't simply fade away in a cold freeze or tear itself apart atom by atom. In the Big Crunch, the universe collapses back upon itself, compressing everything in existence into an inescapable singularity once again. If the Big Crunch is our universe's destiny, it follows an unsettling timeline. The cosmos will continue to expand for billions of years. Galaxies will drift farther apart as space continues to stretch. Billions of years before the Big Crunch, the universe stops expanding. At this stage, the universe is hundreds of billions of light years across. The reverse has begun, and the rate of collapse accelerates with time. The relentless pull of gravity reverses the expansion, and everything will begin to fall inward. In the first phase, galaxies begin to move back towards each other, slowly at first, but then with increasing speed as gravity takes control of all matter. The cosmic web that holds the large-scale structure of the universe together will begin to tighten, pulling galaxy clusters toward one another. A few billion years before the end, the collapse intensifies as galaxies begin to collide and merge on an unprecedented scale. The universe has shrunk to only a few billion light-years across, much smaller than today, but still vast. The once dark and endless expanse of the universe becomes increasingly crowded as the night sky lights up from the collision of merging galaxies. There will be a brief period of intense star formation as clouds of gas and dust are thrust together, creating the perfect environment for gas to coalesce into stars. But this burst of star formation is only the beginning of the end. As the universe continues to contract, temperatures rise. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the faint glow left over from the Big Bang, will become hotter. As space itself collapses upon itself a few million years before the final crunch, the chaos will escalate. The universe may now only be a few 100 million light-years across. Galaxies once vast and majestic will be shredded by gravitational tidal forces, their stars scattered and thrown into a chaotic random motion. The intense heat of compression will reignite dead stars. But this second life will be brief. The increased density will lead to an era of unimaginable destruction. Entire solar systems are obliterated as gravity intensifies and continues to crush the universe. As the contraction accelerates, black holes will dominate the cosmos. A few thousand years before the end, stars and planets are obliterated. As the universe compresses further, the entire cosmos has shrunk to roughly the size of our Milky Way galaxy. Black holes become massive in a short amount of time, feeding on entire clusters of stars. A few weeks before the end, black holes dominate what is left of the universe as they merge into a single supermassive entity. The universe is now only a few thousand light-years across and collapsing quickly. In the remaining few hours before the final singularity, all black holes merge into a single supermassive behemoth. The universe is now only a few times larger than our solar system. As millions of black holes form a single monstrous void at the center of the collapsing universe, even space itself begins to curve toward this final, inescapable point. Minutes before the end, the remaining matter in the universe compresses into a dense, fiery inferno, roughly the size of Earth. The temperature would be unimaginable, heading towards the theoretical maximum of 10 to the power of 32 Kelvin, or 100 million trillion degrees. With only a minute left, every atom is crushed and destroyed as the temperature continues to march towards the theoretical maximum, not seen since the first moments after the bang. In the final seconds, all remaining matter is forcibly crushed together into a single, infinitely dense point. The laws of physics, which have governed the cosmos for billions of years, cease to exist. Time ends and no longer has a place in this extreme condition. In other words, it does not exist. And then, just as the universe was when it was born, in an instant of unimaginable energy, the universe collapses into nothingness, a point infinitely dense and infinitely small. However violent it may be, the Big Crunch presents an intriguing possibility. Could it be the beginning of something new? Some theories suggest that the collapse of one universe may trigger the birth of another. If the singularity that ends everything reaches conditions similar to those of the Big Bang, it might not just be the end of time, but the rebirth of a new cosmos. This concept is known as the Big Bounce. It suggests that the universe is eternal, cycling through endless phases of expansion and collapse. If each universe is born from the death of the previous one, that would suggest that our reality has existed before in an infinite birth, destruction, and renewal cycle. Will the stars be reborn in the distant future in another version of our universe? No one knows for sure, as the Big Crunch is not a certainty. Current evidence suggests that dark energy is pushing the universe toward an eternal expansion, leading to a big freeze or even a big rip, rather than a collapse. But dark energy remains one of the greatest mysteries in physics. If it changes over time, if it weakens or behaves differently under extreme conditions, the Big Crunch could very well be our fate. Unlike the Big Rip, which shreds reality apart at its very foundations, or the Big Freeze, which leaves a cold, empty, lifeless void, the Big Crunch offers a different kind of ending. One that is violent, but also full of new and fresh potential. A universe that destroys itself may also be one that creates itself once again. But if the Big Crunch is our destiny, then one day everything we know will fall inward, collapsing into a single infinite moment of destruction. But if the universe truly is cyclical, something new will rise, a new dawn, a new opportunity for life to prove its worth in a new cosmos. This is the Big Crunch.